So Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo is just wrapped up. Just a fucking schooling from Canelo Alvarez. At best, you can probably give Charlo maybe one round, but I gave every round to Canelo Alvarez. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but from what I was seeing, Canelo was just beating him in every just moment of that fight. The first fight was pretty close, but I think Alvarez landed the better one shot. They went 1 for 1 on the significant strikes in the first round, but I do think Canelo Alvarez landed the better shot there. It was a bit of a slow start. Obviously, you're going to expect that. They're both sort of slow starters. Canelo's not some guy who goes there and blitzes someone in the first round. He normally takes his time and builds into a fight. But it was a very good performance from Canelo Alvarez there. He just dominated Charlo. Charlo. It looked like the moment maybe got to Charlo a bit. He was fighting a bit scared. That could be the weight change. He is fighting up 12 pounds, and maybe he felt that power and he's like, oh, fuck. That's not something I'm used to. But still, just a very good performance from Canelo Alvarez. But yeah, Charlo, I don't know. I don't want to say he didn't show up because I think maybe Alvarez just made him look like that. That is also a factor. It also would be a bit scary. You're fighting fucking Canelo Alvarez. But yeah, he sort of fought a bit later in the round. Maybe he took him a bit to find his groove. But, Canelo was just putting a beating on him. It wasn't close at all. Like, it's just not a close fight. It's like generally not a close fight. That's sort of how I expected to go. I've seen a lot of people predicting Charlo was going to win. I don't know why anyone thought that. I just didn't think he had it in him. And it's not like he's going to knock out Canelo. Canelo's known for his granite chin. But, good performance from Canelo. I don't know what he's doing next. I fucking have no clue in boxing. He'll probably fight some random mandatory or something, knowing how boxing is. But I want to see him at 175 against Artur Bititrbiv. I think is how you pronounce his name, the Chechen Canadian guy. I want to see that fight, but I don't think that is going to happen anytime soon. But I'd love that fight. That Artur guy's a fucking monster. But I think maybe he's going to fight uh, Bivol. Bivol. I don't even know how to pronounce these names, man. But yeah, still really good performance from Canelo Alvarez. He was so much better than Charlo in every aspect of the fight. Like I say, it wasn't a fair fight. It was almost like a mismatch. But on paper, it wasn't a mismatch. But Canelo's just on a different level. I was thinking to myself though that maybe Canelo's slowing down a bit. I think it just speaks to how good Dimitri Bivol is. He made Canelo look like he was faded. He just has such good technical boxing ability that, he just sort of, uh, you know, messed up Canelo's game plan and his style, which is just impressive. Because Canelo, besides losing to Mayweather and, the Triple G fights, he's never really looked like that. But Dimitri better, like, beat a better version of Canelo and fought a better version than Mayweather and Triple G fought. But still, good performance. People were probably expecting some action-packed fight. You don't really get that in these high-level boxing matches. Like, it's so high level, you're not going to see them slug it out. I think it's going to be a tactical back-and-forth fight, which is what this is. This was tactical. Nobody can go in there and just blitz Canelo Alvarez because he's got such a strong granite chin. He's never been finished. His chin is solid, never been knocked down. You can't just go in there and brawl with him. Like, you can't just go out there and like expect to just knock him out in the first few seconds. Most of the time you're gonna have to beat him by decision, unless you're fucking maybe Artur. Maybe Artur could finish him, but still, even then, who knows? Canelo is just a durable guy. But it was a good back and forth fight. Oh, not back and forth. I don't know why I said that. It wasn't back and forth at all. It was very one sided. There was some close rounds, but even then, Canelo won those rounds. And yeah, uh, Charlo called out Terence Crawford. I don't really want to see that, especially since he just lost. I want to see him versus Tim Tszyu. Obviously, I'm Australian, so I'm a bit biased, but I believe in Tim Tszyu. I think Tim Tszyu could beat Charlo, honestly. I think Tim Tszyu's that good. But obviously, people are going to think I'm biased. But, Tim Tszyu's legit. Also, maybe a little biased because I watched Tim Tszyu coming up. I watched all of his fights when he was fighting on the Australian regional scene, sharing cards with rugby players. But honestly, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see that fight. It was already booked. It was booked multiple times, and then Charlo pulled out. And then, Tim Tszyu knocked out the guy who beat Charlo. And then, obviously, he had this fight with Canelo announced, which came out of nowhere because we're all expecting it to be the other brother, the other Charlo brother. But yeah, it was very random that he ended up getting the opportunity. But now, I think it's the time. If Tim Tszyu beats his opponent, which isn't a gimme fight, he's got a tough fight. But if he wins that, I think him versus Tim Tszyu makes all the sense in the world. Plus, Charlo's talking a bit of smack, so maybe it'll be a bit interesting. See if there's any smack talk back and forth. But yeah, at least there wasn't a split decision in this one. I would have been so pissed if one of the judges somehow gave it to Charlo, because that last fight still annoys me. But still, obviously, I don't know the most about boxing. I'm a minute casual boxing fan. I don't watch every card. It's hard to keep up with boxing. There's so many weight classes and everything. But very good fights though. I enjoyed this card. It was actually very good. Besides the judges' scorecard in that co-main event, I enjoyed everything about this card. Even the slow build and everything. I expected that for this fight. The slow start, but still, it was a good fight. And Canelo just shows he's still on top. It just speaks to how good some of these guys coming up, especially because that was at 175 against Dimitri. So, he's a bit undersized at that. I think this fight was at 168. I could be fucking wrong. I don't even know. I get so confused with these boxing weight classes. But yeah, thanks. If you somehow made it this far from my little confusion rant, make sure you give the video a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Finally, UFC card next week, so you'll get a lot of UFC related content for sure. Of course, I'll do all the predictions and everything. Also, a good Dana White Contender Series card coming up. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.